The champagne is flowing in the Tigers clubhouse as the team celebrates heading to the World Series once again. I never saw that Black Swan movie. I should have. I knew you'd beat me. Nice job. You're good. It's cold enough for us to be wearing these outside, and lately Matthew Stafford has been wearing his on Sunday. We are closer to getting football back. Hit me. Nice throw, Liz Gilardi with an arm. Does that taste good?
I have no idea yet. Let me see. Sweet.
And I didn't taste any of this, obviously, but I did snag a bottle. It is alcohol-free, just so you know. I'm on part of the race course nearing the corner of Chevrolet and Bagley. This is called Cashew Point, where for the last 20 years, folks have been joining up with the Donlins and having a good old time, handing out beer, cheering on the crowd, and also having a little fun with them as well.
We are where the nuts hang out. We're Cashew Point, and we've been loving Flint for 20 years.
Denny Donlin owns the famous house near the 4-mile mark on the Crim course. He's been hosting gatherings here for the last 20 years for one reason.
No, I just like to see people have fun.
The Donlin house is located near the halfway point of the race, so it's the perfect spot if you need a quick pick-me-up. Taking a break right now?
You got that right.
Grabbing a beer?
Absolutely. How come you're late? Your mother's way up there.
No, she's beating me. And my Aunt Jerry. Everyone's beating me.
Whoa, look at this guy. You need one? Oh.
I never stop because I'm always too nervous to drink beer in the race, but what the heck, it's their last year.
This is the final party the Donlins will be hosting because Denny just turned 70, and next year he wants to enjoy the festivities downtown. So this year, they want to go out with a bang.
Put your hands in the air if you'd like to see yourself on the radio.
And based on the number of smiles on faces and cups being picked up on the course, I think they did just that. From the Crim Festival of Races in Flint, I'm Jason Fielder for Sports Extra. On the night the Tigers could have clinched the American League Divisional Series against the Yankees, it was a former teammate who stole the show and forced a Game 5 in New York.
Don Kelly, center field. Granderson came in, now going back, and makes the catch! Curtis Granderson.
Sometimes you pick a key out in the game, and I think the key out in the game happened in the very first inning when Donnie Kelly smoked that ball and Grandy made a good play. It looked like it might get over his head. If he would have got over his head and fallen down, it might have been an inside the park home run.
It was huge. I mean, it was I squared it up, and he got back there and was able to make the catch, especially with the bases loaded. I mean, there's not much else he can do.
But that wasn't the only play Granderson made. He also smoked an RBI double in the 5th that put the Yankees up 2. And he closed out the 6th inning with this catch.
And Peralta on the first pitch, a little bit off the end of the bat. Long run for Granderson. He lays out, and he makes the catch.
You know, defense is the name of the game for us. You know, but you know, he made a tremendous catch out there. Actually, made a couple of them, and so you know, as a pitcher, that's something you're you know, going up after the inning and you know, shaking his hand and thanking him, you know, more than anything. But it's a tremendous motivational thing, and you know, it's something that everybody kind of feeds off of.
Pfister can only hope to get that kind of effort behind him on Thursday when he starts in a win-or-go-home Game 5 in New York. From Comerica Park, I'm Jason Fielder for Sports Extra.
We're watching Sports Extra.
Christmas comes early for girls basketball fans in mid-Michigan. 2 undefeated teams from our viewing area square off tonight as Saginaw-Nivelle takes on the Reese Rockets. The Reese student section getting in the holiday spirit. Look how festive they are with their Santa hats and elf gear. The game was tighter than Santa squeezing down the chimney. Tied up 4th quarter, Drew Finley. Baseline drive for 2 on the other end. Taylor Hanksbaugh evens the score. She led Nivelle with 15. For the Rockets, it's Finley taking over the game, John McClain style. Yippee-ki-yay. I can't say the rest. That's naughty. Then it's not Jack, but Dakota Frost with the offensive rebound and putback. No chill on Frost's game. She scores a game-high 21. Nivelle tries to stay in it, but Reese would pull away down the stretch. The Rockets move to 6-0, 55-45 the final.
It's amazing to beat Novell. I mean, we love coming out, winning, and playing a tough team like this. To come out on top is just a blessing.
You know, it's a game of runs. You know, we got ahead, they came back, they got ahead, and we come back and we pulled ahead. So that's what you're going to expect when you play good teams. And we were fortunate enough to have the last run and pull ahead.
One of my players in the locker room said it, and I think she said it very well, is this loss is going to make us work harder at practice and get better results, make us better.
More girls hoops. 6-0 Dow visits 2-2 Saginaw High. The High in a giving mood this holiday season. Emily Lyman goes coast to coast and finishes with the left hand. Then the High continues to play Santa Claus, passing out gifts like that. Jenna Query with the steal. She has visions of sugar plums and a basket. Dow goes up 6. Saginaw finally hears the pitter-patter on the roof. Yeah, it's the reindeer. So Kiana McKnight wakes up, stops, and pops. But Dow High earns the milk and cookies after this one. They move to 7-0 with a 47-35 win. How about some boys basketball? Bay City Western at Arthur Hill. Half-court trap leads to a Western turnover. Demetrius Humes finds Eric Davis for 2 of his game-high 20. Later, Connor Foley, no relation to Axel, running floater, kisses the glass and falls. Team-high 16 for him, but unlike the young lady that I texted earlier today, the Hill, they don't take very long to respond. Jalen Adams for 3 of his 19. The High stuffs Western stockings with coal as they win big, 80-38. I can almost guarantee that what Pistons players have asked Santa for is more wins and more people at the Palace. Detroit owns one of the worst records in the NBA. They also have the worst attendance in the league. Tonight they get the Wizards, who are about as bad at basketball as Clark Griswold is at stringing up Christmas lights. Washington has the most losses of any team in the NBA. First quarter, Tayshaun Prince makes it 11-2 Detroit. Then Greg Monroe on a mission, like Ralphie against Scott Farkas. Monroe with 15 points and 9 rebounds. Later, Brandon Knight wide open from the North Pole, way out there for 3 of his 15. The Pistons just owning this one. Rodney Stuckey drives. No look to Andre Drummond, who stuffed the stat sheet. 11 points, 14 boards, 5 blocks. Pistons having a holly jolly good time. They blow out the Wizards 100-68. In junior hockey, the Michigan Warriors fall to the Sioux Eagles 3-2. Well, the weather outside is frightful, and so is Detroit Lions football. Their record is 4-10 with 2 games left, but if you think that's bad, imagine where they would be without Calvin Johnson. Megatron is putting together one of the greatest seasons ever by an NFL receiver. He's just 182 yards shy of Jerry Rice's single-season record for receiving yards. Tomorrow, he has a chance to break the record against the Atlanta Falcons. Johnson has already set an NFL record with 7 straight 100-yard receiving games, and he is the first in the league's history with back-to-back 1,600-yard seasons. Over the last 7 games, he's averaging 147 yards per contest, and you know, with so many injuries at the receiver position, he's basically all the Lions have right now, but he's still putting up those great numbers, even though the defense is just keying on him.
Yeah. How do you think they're going to do? You don't think they're going to do
Atlanta
really
has
well
the best
tomorrow.
record in the football,
Yeah.
so it's probably going to be another rough day.
You never know. You never know, though. Sometimes they just surprise
Right.
you. Like, really?
Right.
You had that talent all along, and, you know.
I could see them winning.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
This is 8-year-old Faith Shook. On Saturday nights in the spring and summer, she's usually at the Vestaburg Kart Speedway winning races.
On turn 4, it is Faith Shook, the winner. He takes number 2. Second.
As you can see, her list of accomplishments is pretty impressive. This is her 3rd year of racing, and so far this season, she's been in 10 races, winning 5 of them. She also has a huge lead in the series point standings, with a handful of boys trailing her.
So you're beating boys? I bet they don't like that. Do they?
No.
Faith figured she can handle the boys. Why not square off against a man? So her dad got a hold of me and issued a Fielder's Choice Challenge. 10 laps, head-to-head, me versus Faith. A few laps in, Faith took the early lead, but I wasn't trailing by much. I did figure at some point, though, I would have to put the pedal to the metal and make my move. that's not what I had in mind. The caution flag came out, and when we resumed racing, I think Faith let me take the lead just to toy with me, but it didn't last very long. After another restart, Faith again was in the lead, and I couldn't do anything about it. A couple laps later, with the checkered flag waving, Faith crossed the finish line for the victory.
I knew I would lose. I knew I would lose.
Faith had beaten another male driver on the kart track, and that's something she plans on doing for the rest of her life, as her goal is to one day reach NASCAR.
I knew you'd beat me. Nice job. You're good.
Oh, that was so much fun, even though it was kind of embarrassing. If you have a Fielder's Choice Sports Challenge for me, send me an email at jason.fielder@wnem.com or find me on Facebook. Just search Jason Fielder, WNEM. And like most universities, Saginaw Valley has a nice amount of recreational programs for its students, and I know firsthand because I went there. But at SVSU, intramural sports is not just for college kids.
Good afternoon, Officer Residential Life. Marcus Bennett speaking.
Marcus Bennett has worked at SVSU for 7 years. As the Assistant Director of Residential Life, he deals with students on a daily basis. But once a week in the fall, after he works with students, he then has to play against them.
Set. One. End around. End around. Hey! All right, good hustle, Marcus. Good hustle.
Bennett plays intramural football on a team made up entirely of faculty and staff members from SVSU. They have a professor, the director of dining services, and even the university's president.
1, 2, 3.
I think some of us who refused to mature decided that we were going to come out here and have it on with the kids and have some fun. And it's we've been doing this for a lot of years now. I ran across a student the other day. He said, "Sir, you've been playing intramural football for a long time." I said, "Son, I'm the oldest living intramural football player you will ever see."
Gilbertson estimates they've had a faculty team at SVSU for at least 15 years. It's mostly made up of guys who love the game and are looking to stay in shape. But it also serves a purpose for the university.
It's good for students to see us in a different light and interact with us. They know that we're just individuals like them, want to have fun, get in shape.
At SVSU, we talk a lot about priding ourselves on personal attention to students. This is one more way we evidence that. There are lots of different ways you can do it. One of those ways is to be able to meet students on their terms, and we're meeting students on their terms in intramural sports.
And the faculty team is no pushover. Get this, for the second year in a row, they advanced all the way to the championship game before losing.
There's nothing quite like shocking a bunch of young athletes coming out here and having fun at it. I can remember once I played a younger Jason Fielder out here on this very field. And I think we beat you, Jason.
Yep, his team did beat mine, but that was a long time ago. We'll move on.